and welcome to Nigeria International Petroleum Summit, an African Petroleum Technology and Business Conference 2020. My name is Kwado Igboko, reporting for DMI TV.
It's a pleasure to be here at the Nigerian International Petroleum Summit. Today, the U.S. Trade and Development Agency was pleased to commit to supporting new power generation, new gas-fired power generation that will be utilizing Nigeria's abundant natural gas reserves to support a 1,350 megawatt power plant right here in Abuja using the AKK pipeline. USTDA is the U.S. Project Preparation Agency. What that means is we're investing in the early phases of infrastructure development, introducing quality infrastructure solutions into Nigeria. And under the grant agreement signed today between USTDA and NNPC, we are partnering with an energy services company and General Electric to bring quality infrastructure solutions to Nigeria to drive new power generation, but also broader economic growth in the Nigerian economy. This is part of a much broader effort that the U.S. Trade and Development Agency has taken on to look at all aspects of energy development, from generation to transmission to distribution. And fortunate that today we're on the generation side. But over the last couple of years, we've been involved in helping to deploy and finance the early stages of mini-grid power generation in rural communities, introducing American-made smart meters at the distribution companies to make them more profitable. And this visit here to Nigeria has provided an opportunity to lay the groundwork for where our investments are going to take us in the year to come. Thank you.
At launch today, we were talking about how continuity is some sort of bane to development in this country. But this one man who has come to lead this industry for the next 4 years is not in any way in doubt as to where he wants to lead the industry to. He's demonstrated his leadership style, his ability to pursue continuity by seeing this event happen this year. In the few weeks of assuming office, he became one-man champion our cause both in the US and in Europe, entering into partnerships that will bring investment into Nigeria. Welcome with me, His Excellency, Chief Tumi Silva, our Minister of Petroleum Resources, as he addresses us.
These past days is a clear testimony of the power and resilience of Nigeria's energy industry. It has indeed been a 3-day of pulsating discourse, a truly inspiring 3 days for me. It is also a clear display of the power of partnership and the possibilities that exist when the government and private sector come together with a resolve to make progress. After several years of planning, we finally launched the National Gas Transportation Network Code here in Nigeria at NNPC. First, this underscores the high esteem in which the government regulators, and industry players perceive NNPC. But more importantly, the Gas Network Code launch is a demonstration of President Buhari's administration, President Buhari administration's resolve to drive industrial revolution through deepening gas utilization, which is also in line with our declaration of 2020 as the year of gas for Nigeria. The response has by far exceeded our expectations and is indeed encouraging. The U.S. Trade Development Agency signed a phenomenal deal with the NNPC. Here, NIPS, the Gas Power Development Grant Agreement. Here in this summit, we also heard cheering news of milestones and success stories achieved by several companies, both indigenous and international oil firms. Just to mention a few, Walter Smith, Petroman wowed the audience with a roadmap to turn the sleepy town of Ibigwe into a huge industrial hub with an integrated plan that is made up of refinery, industrial park, and power plants. It is also quite remarkable that it is moving ahead of schedule to deliver its 5,000 barrels per day modular refinery, with plans to add another 25 barrels per day capacity. The NLNG Train 7 is another cheering news. The news headlines are replete with so many success stories told at NIPS 2020. I wish to thank all the keynote speakers and panelists, as well as all the active delegates of this conference. You have all done an outstanding job of sharing with us your valuable knowledge, insights, and experiences. The recommendations derived from this conference will be a vital input for policy making in the energy sector of this country. I can assure you that I will be on the fast track to do something extra to ensure that the accepted recommendations are placed high up for implementation. Let me express my sincere appreciation to all the sponsors, my staff at the ministry, and those from the NNPC who collaborated with Brevity Anderson, the event producers. Once again, let me thank you for the fascinating and magnificent show. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to NIPS 2021. Thank you.
And this time we're going to the Gas Exporting Countries Forum. I'd like to welcome their gas market analysis expert, Amin Shukri. Amin? Is Amin here? Oh yes, I know. I know we spoke earlier.
Good morning, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincerest appreciation to the government and the nation of Nigeria to give this opportunity for gas exporting countries forum share with you our views on the natural gas market. Moving forward, I would like to introduce the gas exporting countries forum, which I'm representing here today. The GCF is a gathering of the world's leading gas producers and exporters. It was set up as international governmental organization with the objective of increasing the level of cooperation and collaboration among its member countries. The GCF countries hold around 72% of the global gas reserves, 46% of the marketed gas production, and also GCF plays a key role in pipeline gas export, 55% of the global pipeline gas export and 61% of the LNG export. Currently, we have 5 African member countries in GCF, including Algeria, Egypt, Equatorial Guinea, Libya and Nigeria, and also Angola has joined the GCF as observer country recently. Altogether, these African member countries sit on 11 TCM of proven gas reserves, representing more than 89% of the total gas, Africa's gas proven reserves. And their production is around 226 PCM, which accounts for 94% of Africa's total gas production. And our member countries in Africa, they consume around half of their production. Therefore, they have a great potential for export, around 100 BCM. And also, I should remind here that the 5th GCF Heads of State Summit was held in 2019 in Africa, in Malabo, Equatorial Guinea. Nigeria is also important GCF member country and the key player in the gas market. It takes the second position in GCF in terms of LNG export. The share of natural gas in GCF in Nigeria's energy mix is around 8%. The country's energy mix still dominates by biomass, but considering the huge potential, the reserves of Nigeria, which is more than 5 TCM, there is a great potential to growth in terms of natural gas consumption in the country.
I think this visit to Abuja the last 2 days has provided an opportunity to meet with a host of Nigerian entities, Minister of Power, Rural Electrification, Associate Administration, Transmission Corporation, Nigeria. And what we discussed the last 2 days is a roadmap. USTDA has a history of success in the energy sector, in generation, in transmission, and in distribution. We also talked about some of the other projects and investments we've made in the healthcare sector, in the IT sector, that have led to long-term economic growth in Nigeria. And what we've laid out this week is we talked about ideas of what are the future investments? How can we build off what we have done already? I think one of the most important investments that we've committed to is what we're calling a smart grid, Nigeria Smart Grid initiative, where over the next year, USTDA will be bringing leaders from Nigeria to the United States to introduce them to innovative American technology companies for smart grid solutions. But at the back end of that visit to the United States for Nigerian decision makers, we'll be hosting a conference right here in Abuja later this year, early in 2021, to bring American companies here to Nigeria to see the opportunities that exist on the ground. So under the Smart Grid initiative, it's a two-part. We'll be bringing the decision makers to the United States, but also providing a platform for the American companies, innovative companies that have unique solutions that can help address the distribution of energy here to Nigeria, to bring them to the decision makers here in Nigeria later this year.